Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Farming Simulator 15 mod contest map Spotlight. Today we're going to look at Tunxdorf, which I think is how it's pronounced. This is by Mythic. Apparently it's a region near Papenburg in Germany. With over 250 hectares of farmland, there's lots of potential to grow and invest in new and bigger equipment. There's also lots of space to start cattle farming, breeding pigs and beef, and sell them at the local butcher. And there's a large forest, so you can do some forestry as well. And before I get into the map itself, let's have a look at the required mods. You need animation map trigger, multi-fruit, the multi-fruit module specifically for Tunxdorf, and compost soil, and you also have the option of chopped straw, soil management, which I believe is soil mod, cutter universal. There's a cutter universal pack, the cutter universal semi and small. There's three mods: the universal semi, and the universal small, and the universal transport mode, which I already have. So it looks like this map is soil mod ready, which is unusual for the mod contest. I don't have soil mod, so you won't be seeing any of that stuff appearing. But that has made the map a lot more interesting to me immediately. I like soil mod, what can I say? There is no pickup. I've checked the vehicles and there is no pickup. By the way, when I check the vehicles, I literally just go through them and see is there a pickup. I don't actually pay much attention to what there is, so let's buy a purple pickup. And tab through to it. Dang it. Okay. Actually got into it this time. So here's the shop, and oh, immediately we can have a look at a sell point. This looks like a freight yard. And oh dear. Oh dear. I can see through here, and what I can see is not good. There is a dynamic fill plane in here. And what you can see in there is it doesn't have a texture. That's a bit of an issue. Let's see if this is in fact a freight yard, and it is, where on earth am I? The Agravis. And here you can sell wheat, barley, canola, corn, potatoes, and sugar beet. And it doesn't look like there's actually multi-fruit here, which is... What? But it said there was multi-fruit. The download page literally says you need multi-fruit. There is no multi-fruit. I don't... Okay. I'm guessing there's a reason. I'm at 56 FPS, so this is... Yeah, whoa! This is... Whatever this is a frame rate hog. Because looking in here, I'm at 30 FPS. Looking at this, I'm at 30. I'm actually down to 30 generally, for whatever reason. And now I'm back up to 60. 60, 60, 60, 60, 58, 57, 56. Dipping. Dipping. 57. Something obviously just happened to knock it to 30. It wasn't anything to do with the map. Okay, so this is the shop where you can buy and sell your vehicles. I'm going to have to go over here and open the sliding gate, which has a sound. Which I've broken. Well done me. Apparently playing with that gate breaks the sound. So, hang on. Either you don't start off with any fields. You do. You start off with fields 11 and 23. You can buy fields on this map. I like it. And they're all weird shapes. I like it even more. Again, a bit flat. I don't think Germany's really this flat. Let's see what flags they have. Agravis, New Holland, Liebherr, Ponce, Grimme, Case, Krone, Deutzfahr, Amazon, Agravis again, and Fendt, obviously, because Germans love Fendt. So let's go look for the sell points, and I guess the first one we're going to hit after Agravis, which conveniently was down at the shop, is going to be the train station. Some cows. They're funny looking cows. They're horses, dude. Horses, or Our cows apparently there. Are these dynamic? No, they've got no clip whatsoever. Is that dynamic? No. None of this stuff is dynamic. It's a bit of a shame. There's one of the fields you own. It seems to be grass. Very nice. There's the other... Oops. Tunxdorf... I'm guessing this is the Tunxdorf River. There's the other field you own. It's actually huge. I didn't pay attention to what harvester you start with. Oh, it's the New Holland. Okay. A lot of the fields do seem to be planted, so if you're in a bit of a cheaty mood, you can set up course play. It's a German map, so you can not get away with that. Interesting. You can probably set up course play, and wow, that has collisions too. Probably set up course play and get it to run the crops at the very least. Certain areas I wouldn't trust course play for, but yeah, I mean, if you've got a lot of trust in it, go right ahead. So this is the train station, and this is the wood sell point with the wood train. So to get to the other one, you'll have to not drive over here like an idiot. Do as I say, not as I do. You have to come around here on this side, go over the weighing scales, which I didn't check if they work, and come over here to this, which you'll probably have to open up, if I had to guess. Yes. So this will have a dynamic fill plane as well, and unfortunately I can't see if that has textures. I do like this unload pit that you can open and close. So the trigger's over here, you can close it up. It's got sounds as well. Open it and close it, open and close it, open and close it, open. Very nice. You can send the trains off, of course. And now I'm gonna, on the way out, check if the weighing stations work. If one works, I'm guessing the other one does too, because they're probably imported the same way at the same time. Apparently I'm checking this one. 2180, yep, that works. And I can very quickly check this one as well. I've taken off realistic roll because that's just been annoying. 2180. Okay, so they give the same reading. I don't know if that's the reading the game gives or if it's just a semi-random one. I've gone the wrong way. And I've driven into a tree. Good. I have taken some cough syrup to try and quell the cough a bit. I am on a bit of a recording spree. This is the 5th map I'm looking at today. So, I'm on a bit of a roll. So, where are we heading next? We're going to head up to the BGA next. I'll come back and look at the main yard later. So, while I'm heading up there, let's have a look at how many fields there are on the map. I'm seeing 24, 28, 29, 30, 31, 39. 39 fields on the map, varying sizes and shapes, which is always nice. Am I heading the right way still? Yes. It looks like there may be missions. I'm not going to test if they work or not. Some of the fields are planted, some are ploughed, some are probably cultivated as well. Yes, I'm guessing 1 or 2 are cultivated. I'm thinking this could be one of them. Yes, that's cultivated. So, a nice mix of stuff being done when you start off. Although in reality, either all the fields would be growing or all the fields would be ready to harvest. There wouldn't be any kind of in the middle point. Can I open the... Whoa! Okay. What on earth did I hit? I'm gonna close the gate again and just... Is it that this collision is a bit... How did I manage to get the... I'm gonna blame my own ineptitude for that. This is also giving a reading of 2180 there. So here's the BGA. You got 4 silage bunkers. There is the biomass heating plant, which actually makes sense being in the BGA. In terms of the game, it doesn't really matter, but in terms of reality, yes, it makes a lot of sense. There's the slurry pit for the BGA. That's got quite a big trigger on it. Good lord. And here's the digesters themselves, which I've hopped into one of them for reasons. I like the little ramp that Courseplay will probably hate, so this is probably something that you'll be doing manually, but I like the ramp. Nice little bit of detail there. It's actually quite a nice detailed little PGA. I'm going to try and ram my way through this gate. Hey, there we go. I don't know how that works, but it does. So let's head over to the garden centre and horse farm, which I believe, if I actually somewhat ridiculously head up this way and cut across through what appears to be some sort of farmyard over here and spin out. You have to spin out the pickup to do this properly, of course. So if I head through here, which does appear to be a yard, it's where the sheep live apparently. There is the Marhu sheep wool conveyor setup thingy going on there. More fields here. I like how the sell point or the field buy points are actually on the sides of the field, not in the middle. It saves you from driving on the crops. That's a really nice corn texture. That's fully grown corn. You can see that it's fully grown corn just from the texture, or very nearly fully grown. I always like seeing that, where it's quite obvious what's going on. So this is the horse farm. So let's head in here. This entire town is constipated and likes walking in circles. So in here you can sell... Let's see if I can work it out. Sugar beet, because horses love sugar beet. Your bales, and probably your loose material as well. Let's just see if there's triggers here. Yeah, it's just... They're all overlapping, are they? It's 2 huge triggers. Huh. Let's knock me down to 15 FPS. A lot of collisions in this area. Let's see what you can sell at the horse farm. At the horse farm you can sell sugar beet, and that's it. So you can sell your bales as well. At the train station, by the way, you can sell wheat, barley, canola, corn and sugar beet, but not potatoes. So let's get moving up to the garden centre, which is apparently... it's just over there. Now this map does require compost soil, so I'm guessing over here there's going to be a compost machine. No, there's not. Can I just bonk my way through here? Yep. I'm really not sure how that works, but I kind of like it. So over here you can sell probably manure, compost and slurry, as well as something else, because there is obviously a sell point. The PDA stopped working. Why has the PDA stopped working? Garden centre. You can sell compost soil, yeah. Oh, because I was crouched. One of my macro keys is apparently bound to crouch. I didn't realise that. It looks like you can buy fertilizer here. You might be able to buy manure and slurry as well. I'm just gonna bonk my way through. Oh, gonna bonk my way through because I don't want to have to get out and open the gate. Oh, I have to open the gate. Close the gate. And I'm pointing in the wrong direction. Wonderful. So let's head up and have a look at the final sell point on this area, which is going to be the Metzgerei, I think. Oh no, there's 2 more. Never mind. Metzgerei is here. And it's actually around the back of it by the looks of it. Yes. You can sell wool pallets there, and your pigs and beef here. I'm crouched again. Pigs and beef here. I have to be very careful about those macro keys, apparently. For those of you who don't know, I use a Razer and ANSI keyboard, and it does have some macro keys, and I apparently like resting my hand on them. I'm going the wrong direction to get to the final sell point. Luckily, this thing has apparently no grip. It's one of the nice... This is one of the reasons I use the pickup. It's actually one of the most maneuverable vehicles in the game. So this is the Raffeisen. and here you can sell, if I can find it, everything, basically. The Metzgerei does in fact take pig and beef. This is on easy and the prices seem really quite low. Well, the prices are reasonable for easy. So, there's the compost machine. How do you get in there? I think I'm gonna try and get into the compost machine. Just because that made sense. Just because I want to see how it's set up. Ah, here we go. Can I back my way through this gate? Yep. So it's a pretty basic compost machine. It's got room for you to back up and do all your things. Manure, compost soil. You drop your manure in, you get out your compost, and you can sell it for profits, if you so wish, or you can use it as manure. You can spread it out in your fields, all nice and neat like. Looks like, I'm gonna check. Also at 30 frames per second in this area, so something's being a bit of a resource pig. This room is a resource pig. There's 30, 60, 30. Yeah, this room is a resource pig. If you got a lower end PC, be careful. This entire area isn't good in terms of FPS. Oh, I can only bonk through it one way. Boo. Close the gate as I'm leaving. So let's all go to the lobby and get ourselves something to eat. No. Oh, I made myself laugh and that wasn't good. You idiot. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Is this dynamic? Can I make it twirl? Oh. Let's head back down to... Actually, I'm going to tab down. Just here. So this is apparently the main farm. I hit the macro button again. This is apparently the main farm, where you got a lot of storage for stuff. I'll get to vehicles and stuff in a minute. So, is this storage or sales? I'm guessing storage. Potentially. So you got wheat, straw, grass, and something, and I'm 12 FPS because of all the collisions in this area. Everything has sounds. I like that. So here's your storage for your corn, canola, barley, and wheat. Looks like there might be a universal tipping point somewhere. I really like the sounds there. They are... Normally I'd be like, does it really need sounds? Yes, here's your universal tipping point, which you can open up like so. And there is a fill plane already down there. Lovely. Here's your unload point, as marked by this lovely bit of wheat, or barley or something. The chickens are roaming free in this area over here. Which, hang on, how do you get in here? How do you get in there? Oh, there's a gate. That building there, I think I recognize it. Which is why I'm going over here and having a look. So you have to, oh, you have to manually open the gate. That's actually nice. This building, is this what I think it is? Apparently this map has coins. This building is what I think it is. This is one of the few maps where I would buy chickens, because this is by Marhu. This is the chicken hut. Your eggs will spawn on these two racks here, and you'll get like placeholder chickens, I believe, on this rack. What this does is it basically collects all the eggs in one spot, so you don't have to go on a wild goose chase looking for them. And that's always nice. So let's see where else our vehicles. Ah, brilliant. I'll get to the vehicles in a moment, don't worry. I just want to show off the cow area. I also want to hear what this thing sounds like. It's silent and very quick. Okay. So, this, I'm guessing, is where the cows come to eat. There are tipping points there, so I'm guessing you can do something with that. Probably feed the cows. Let's open up this one. And there's your manure bunker. There's your slurry pit. There's an office. Actually really nicely detailed. I like this area. You can get at your bulk tanks here. Some cabs for some reason. I'm guessing it's going to be a Fryland silo for silage. Yes, a Fryland silo there. I don't even have to see it to know that that's a Fryland silo. And in here is storage for your bales if you use bale extension. In fact, I've leaned on the damn key again. And there's some corn there. That's actually really nice. There are probably sheep on the map as well somewhere, as well as pigs and beef cattle. Now, I'm not going to go looking for them, but I'm guessing it'll be a pretty basic, normal setup. So, yeah. So let's head back to the normal, what I describe as the home farm. You can also store some bales here if you really want to, which is nice. Starting equipment seems big, but it is a big map. A very big map with very big fields. So let's have a look at the starter equipment. Now I'd expect, knowing like 3 or 4 vehicles already because I've tabbed into them, I'd expect relatively large equipment for this map. So, well, relatively large starter equipment, so small to medium sized tractors and stuff. T6, yes, 2 of them. I approve of this. This is the kind of tractor you'd want for 1 or 2 fields. T8, I'm not too hot on that. Front loader, yes, you need that. Bale spike, universal bucket, silage cutters. These I would count as basic equipment for this map. TC5, 18-foot header and corn header, and the header trailer. Yeah, I'm not actually going to complain because a 5.5 meter header on a map this size, that's pretty much bare minimum. Fleagle bull, you can unload the New Holland into the bull, into this trailer. You have to be very careful. You can't put the pipe out while the trailer is underneath, otherwise something was going to give. Vogel new Terra disc. I'm guessing this is why we have the T8, is because, yeah, the Terra disc is the reason the T8 is here, because that requires 220 horsepower. The T6 only has 160 or thereabouts. Amazon Chiron plow, and yes, you can see this is set up for soil mod with the starter equipment. Now remember, I don't have soil mod installed, but soil management is by FMC, that is Decker's modding group. So this is soil mod enabled, and the starter equipment is set up for soil mod, which is why you get the Terra disc, the Chiron, the Rapid A600. Now soil mod, you need to remember, cultivating only happens with a cultivator. This will not cultivate. It will direct seed, but it will not cultivate. Veterstad Tempo F8 for corn seeding. Front mower only. Oh, that's interesting. 3.5 meter Kuhn FC3525F. A Pottinger Euroboss, a Kuhn Primor, Kuhn Profile, a tether, a windrower. Full spray setup, which you'd expect realistically for a soil mod map. Pallet spreader, which again you'd expect for a soil mod map. Round baler. 2 700 kiloweights. 1 1000 kiloweight. The pickup I bought myself. Universal bucket. Hang on. What's this stuff, you might be asking? You've already seen why this is here. Universal bucket for a telehandler. Pallet fork for a telehandler. Bale spike for a telehandler. Manure fork for a telehandler. Power washer. And in a first, this is genuinely a first, New Holland telehandler as a starter vehicle. Now, I haven't seen that before. I haven't seen any map maker get... I'm gonna say... I'm gonna say brave enough. No. To give us this as a starter vehicle. And that's kind of why I was intentionally staying behind the wall there while I was tapping around. Yeah. Starter vehicle on this map. No, on telehandler. I like that. You know, I actually like this map. In general. It's well laid out. The roadways are very clear. The sell points all, I would presume, work. The fields are funky, weird shapes. Almost universally. You can buy it. Well, you can buy them. You can't sell them. You can if you have the right mods, I guess. It's got animation map triggers. It's got soil mod, which I really like. I mean, if you watch my videos, you know I like soil mod at this point. I like animation map trigger as well. The equipment you start off with actually makes sense. It actually does. I'd prefer to see, as well as the front more, because it works with the Eurobus, I'd like to see the side more as well. The Novacat, as well as the Kuhn FC. That would just make it perfect in terms of starter vehicles. In terms of specializations and mods and stuff, compost soil is you can do with or without, really. I've never used it. I'll probably use it eventually. Oh, they don't have collisions. There's not too much stuff that are missing textures. Not too many corners cut as far as I can see. Are there any errors? Because they did come across one map earlier on today that did have errors. No errors. There are some errors. Global text, text, open door, close gate. Set by the animation trigger mod. Whoops! That's a mistake. HUD file can't be found, I'm guessing. Sound file can't be found. Reverse input key is nil. Loop animation is button pressed don't mix well. Is button pressed have been changed to false for trigger. 2 triggers. Okay, so some small errors, a couple of physics errors. Shovel target not a physics trigger. Stable straw plane is not a physics trigger. They're 2 small physics errors. Everything else is just script errors. Does have wool pallet collectors, I've already mentioned. Oh! That's a new one. If you don't have a mod that's actually required to run the map, like animation map trigger or multi-fruit, or I guess compost soil, the search mods script by BlueBaby210 will kick in and tell you you don't have the required mods, which honestly I like. That's something that I think should be implemented by default. Is if a mod is required for a map to function, it should tell you that, hey, you're missing a mod. And yes, while the mods will tell you on the download page what you need, it's always nice to be 100% sure, because sometimes I completely forget to install a mod. That's a nice little workshop area. And, ooh, can I go up here? Yay! Let's go up. Up I say. It's a coin. Please tell me I can open the... Oh, I can't open the... Oh, that looks like it can be opened. Ooh. Ooh. Hello outside. Oh, what? You know how I usually complain about lack of detail in maps? And this one has some problems. Literally having a house you can walk through completely counters any criticism I could have about a lack of detail in this map. You Can you go up? You can go upstairs. It's a bit glitchy. There's nothing up here, but some of the collisions, because it's kind of cramped, don't quite work properly as intended. And yes, it is very low poly, as the where is it? The couch will attest to. No normal files or anything on any of this, so it does look very a bit messy. But you know, for something that has approximately 12 polys, I can deal with that. You can sit down and watch your movie, Red, featuring Bruce Willis, Morgan Freeman, John Malkovich, and Helen Mirren. Yeah. And you can you go out this door? Is this door a thing? Or am I... That door is not a thing. As a glass door, it does not exist. But it does exist and you can't go through it. So yeah, here, no. So to get out to the garden, you go out through the shed, or I guess the front door. And then out around here, because that glass door doesn't work. It's a bit of an oversight there. But, yeah, that's some detail I honestly didn't expect to be in the map. So, surprise detail is best detail, in its own way. Overall first impression, because as always these are just my first impressions of maps, and sometimes the first impression I get is terrible, and quite often it is. This is one of those maps that I'm probably going to re-download and revisit and have a look at. The only reason I say re-download is because for my own ease I'm deleting these maps as I go. This is one I'll possibly revisit with the correct mods installed. All of them. It's definitely worth looking at. It's nicely detailed, it's really quite big. The starter equipment is, I would argue, the right size for this map. I know that some people say, oh, the starter equipment's far too small, look at the size of the field you're to harvest. That's kind of the point of, you know, having small starter equipment. Is it's supposed to be a challenge. You're not supposed to start off with the axial load, what was it, 7130? 9230. 7130 works as well. You're not supposed to start off with this or this. You're supposed to start off with one of these two. Maybe this if it's a really big map. What map gave you this? Bandicoot gave you this. It worked as a starter vehicle on Bandicoot. But you're supposed to start off with smaller equipment. You really are, and the equipment you get on this map is about right. Especially for a soil mod map, which is why you start off with sprayers and pallet spreaders. This is definitely one worth looking at again. It's definitely among the best mods, well, the best maps in the contest, because it's impossible to gauge maps against mods. Maps can at times be very objective. I mean, a bad map really stands out as being bad. A good map stands out as being good. But after that, it's just kind of what you prefer, and I kind of... There are parts of this that I don't prefer. I mean, it's very flat, and that's quite obvious, but the level of detail really makes up for it, so... Especially the house. The house genuinely caught me by surprise and gave it a couple of extra bonus points in my opinion. I'm gonna leave it here. And the kind of bombshell that I'm genuinely impressed by this map. And the level of detail and the amount of effort that's clearly gone into it. The amount of care and attention as well. So on that bombshell, stay safe and goodbye.